Welcome, dear students. I am Amir Hussain. As you know that we are discussing from the few days the topic industrialization in the colonies with special reference to India. And in this topic we have discussed age of Indian textiles and these Indian textiles. In that we discussed that India had a very this vibrant sea trade that was completely till 1750s under the control of Indian merchants, but after that these European companies they started gaining this monopoly rights, concessions they demanded from the local rulers, and they uh, completely controlled the Indian trade, and they ousted the Indian merchants from there, and new ports came into being. And in that we discussed this that how these changes, actually we discussed another topic that there how these changes that were brought by the East India Company in the Indian trade, how these changes they influenced, they impacted, or they affected the life of Indian traders, sorry, Indian merchant, no, sorry, Indian these artisans and Indian weavers also. And we discussed after that British, initially I told you that British in the beginning faced the challenge, faced the problem, and that problem was it found it this British East India Company, it found very difficult till before 1750s to this to have regular supplies of cotton and silk textiles for export from Indian weavers. And in order to ensure this, the regular supply, this East India Company took various steps. And first step we discussed that was this political power, how East India Company established political power, how it wiped out other European companies. We discussed that. Second step that East India Company took was elimination of existing traders and these brokers who were associated with the this cloth trade. And we discussed also that. And third step we also discussed is the Gomasthas. And Gomasthas were these paid servants. These were appointed by the company, and their job was, it varied. They had mainly three functions, and we discussed that they had to supervise weavers, collect supplies, and also they have to examine the quality of the this cloth. And we discussed that. Now we are going to discuss fourth important setup that this East India Company took in order to ensure regular supplies of textiles. That was a system of advances. Another important setup that was system of advances. And what was that system of advances? Actually, in order to prevent weavers from dealing with other buyers और अदर कंपिटिटर्स, जो बाकी कंपिटिटर्स थे, उनसे व्यूवर्स को प्रिवेंट करने के लिए, ताकि वो उनसे डील ना करें, उस चीज़ को प्रिवेंट करने के लिए दिस ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी इट फाइनली प्रोवाइडेड advances. And what are these advances? It provided advances. These advances were loans. The company, East India Company, provided loans to weavers in order to prevent these weavers from falling under the influence of other competitors, other buyers. And once it is said that once an order was placed, जब भी ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को कोई ऑर्डर प्लेस करता था, एंड एट दैट टाइम weavers were given loans for what? To purchase the raw material. To purchase the raw materials. To purchase the raw material for their production. उनको रॉ मटेरियल अपनी प्रोडक्शन के लिए खरीदने के लिए जो है ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी वीवर्स को लोन्स देने लगी, जब ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को ऑर्डर्स मिलने लगे. एंड those weavers who took loans they had to hand over the cloth to the company's agents. And who were company's agents? These were gomasthas. These company agents, East India Company had its own agent, that is these gomasthas, and all those weavers who used to take loans, advances from the company, they had to hand over the cloth that they finally prepared, that they finally produced. They had to hand over the same cloth to the company officials, company agents, company servant, that is gomasthas. And this was another step, and this step finally ensured the East India Company, it ensured East India Company complete monopoly over Indian weavers. Now this East India Company, through the system of advances, it completely monopolized the Indian merchants. इन्होंने complete monopoly Indian merchants पे जो है establish की through this system. And as loans or advances flowed in, the demand and the demand for fine textiles expanded. Once the loans flowed in, loans फ्लो हो गए, लोन्स बहुत ज़्यादा मिलने लगे इनको, और डिमांड जो है फाइन टेक्सटाइल्स की बढ़ गई. बिकॉज ऑफ इच इट मेड द वीवर्स eagerly took the advances. And they had hope with these advances, that is to earn more. These Indian weavers, they wanted to earn more and more, therefore they took the loans very eagerly. उन्होंने loans बहुत ज़्यादा लिए क्योंकि इनको hope थी शायद हम बहुत ज़्यादा कमाएंगे इससे, क्योंकि लोन्स भी मिल रहे थे, अब डिमांड भी बहुत ज़्यादा फाइन टेक्सटाइल्स की थी, वो एक्सपैंड हो गई थी. और ये जो इंडियन वीवर्स थे, इनिशियली दे हैड स्मॉल प्लॉट्स ऑफ लैंड, इनके पास स्मॉल प्लॉट्स ऑफ लैंड होते थे. दीज इंडियन वीवर दे हैड स्मॉल प्लॉट्स ऑफ लैंड, इनके पास स्मॉल प्लॉट्स लैंड के थे. and they used initially or earlier they used to cultivate this along with weaving. ये cultivate करते थे earlier times में, they used to cultivate them along with weaving. ये इनको कल्टिवेट करते थे वीविंग के साथ साथ। हाँ, एक साइड से ये वीविंग करते थे, दूसरे साइड से ये इन छोटे अपने ज़मीन के टुकड़ों पे जो है कल्टीवेशन भी करते थे। और इससे जो आता था at least these small plots of land, they at least give them or they at least fulfill their family needs. इनकी फैमिली की जो ज़रूरियात होती थी वो एटलीस्ट इस स्मॉल प्लॉट्स ऑफ लैंड से होती थी, क्योंकि इससे जो खाना वगैरह जो आता था, जो भी ये कल्टीवेट करते थे वहाँ से एटलीस्ट इनकी फैमिली उस पर जो है गुजारा करती थी। वो इनकी फैमिली जो है इस पे थोड़ी बहुत गुजारा करती थी, और इनके जो फैमिली मेम्बर्स होते थे वो उनको खाने के लिए जो चाहिए था वो इन स्मॉल प्लॉट्स ऑफ लैंड से मिलता था। दैट मीन्स इनकी नीड्स जो है एटलीस्ट फैमिली की फुलफिल होती है। बट वंस दे गॉट लोन्स, जब इनको लोन्स मिले, जब वहाँ पे डिमांड बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ रही थी और इनको पहले पहले जो है इन स्मॉल प्लॉट्स ऑफ लैंड पे कम ही मजदूरों की ज़रूरत होती थी, स्मॉल लेबर की ज़रूरत होती थी। पूरे फैमिली का लेबर जो होता था वो सारा इसमें नहीं ज़रूरत होता था, क्योंकि ये जो प्लॉट्स छोटे थे लैंड के और इन पे कम ही फैमिली मेम्बर्स को काम करने की ज़रूरत होती थी, सबको नहीं करने की ज़रूरत होती है। बट वंस नाउ दीज लैंड्स, अब इनके पास टाइम ही नहीं रहा, नाउ दीज स्मॉल प्लॉट्स ऑफ लैंड these Indian weavers, they leased out them, लीज आउट द लैंड, इन्होंने लीज पर लैंड दे दी। वो क्या हुआ, इन्होंने अब लैंड जो है लीज पर दे दी 99 ईयर्स पे या कुछ टाइम के लिए, एंड बहुत टाइम के लिए एग्रीमेंट्स पे दे दी, ये लैंड लीज आउट कर दी, कंपनीज को दे दी या किसी और को दे दी, और फॉर ए लिमिटेड टाइम, फॉर ए लिमिटेड पीरियड। एंड खुद क्या किया, they themselves devoted all their टाइम टू वीविंग। अब ये खुद जो है सारा टाइम वीविंग पे ये जो है स्पेंड करने लगे हैं, और जो ये इनकी लैंड थी छोटी स्मॉल प्लॉट्स वो दूसरों को इन्होंने लीज पे दे दिए, और खुद ये सारा अपना तवज्जो जो है वो अब इसी वीविंग पे सर्फ करने लगे। एंड दिस वीविंग, ये वीविंग थी, इट रिक्वायर्ड द लेबर ऑफ एंटायर फैमिली। इस वीविंग पे एंटायर फैमिली का लेबर ज़रूरत जो थी लेबर की, लेबर बहुत ज़्यादा डिमांड करता था ये वीविंग। दिस वीविंग इट डिमांडेड ह्यूज लेबर, देयरफॉर ऑल द फैमिली मेम्बर्स, एंटायर फैमिली मेम्बर्स, एंटायर फैमिली जो थी, दे अलॉन्ग विद वेदर दीज वर चिल्ड्रन, चिल्ड्रन होंगे या वुमन होंगे, मैन होंगे, ये सब जो है दे ऑल वायर they got engaged in different stages of the process। ये जो process of weaving थी इसमें बहुत सारी लेबर की ज़रूरत थी, एंड एंटायर फैमिली जो थी, एंटायर फैमिली ने इसमें जो है आप पार्टिसिपेट किया। बच्चे ये जो औरतें थी, बच्चे थी, मर्द थे, सब लोग इसमें इन्वॉल्व हो गए, क्योंकि ये डिमांड करता था बहुत ज़्यादा लेबर। देयरफॉर they got involved, they started participating in different stages of this process of weaving। इसमें बहुत सारे ये जो processes हो रहे थे, बहुत सारे stages जो इस process of weaving में होते थे वो काम करने लगे। इसी तो this was one important, this was positive development and that happened during the during the period of European domination, this East India Company's domination of Indian trade. So this was the impact that it had on the weaving profession, on the weavers. And another thing is that very soon there are some reports in very soon in many villages, in many weaving villages where weaving was an established profession. In those villages there were many reports of clash between there was clash between Indian weavers and Gomasthas. Very soon it was found that in many villages where weaving was an established profession, where weavers lived, there are reports of clash. वहाँ पे लड़ाइयाँ शुरू हो गई, clash. These two encountered with each other. इनका एनकाउंटर हो गया वीवर्स का और गोमस्थास का. Why? Because these gomasthas were outsiders. Since these were outsiders, they had no social connection or relation with the weavers. Since these were outsiders, ये outsiders थे, इसलिए इनका कोई भी कनेक्शन जो है, सोशल कनेक्शन जिसको हम करेंगे, सामाजिक कनेक्शन, इनको वीवर्स के साथ कुछ भी नहीं था. Therefore, what they did, they acted arrogantly. Since they had no relationship with the weavers, they acted this arrogantly, and they even marched into villages. ये even villages में भी march करते थे, and not along with सिपाहीज and peons. सिपाहीज and peons के साथ ये उन villages में भी जाते थे weavers के, और वहाँ पे they used to punish these weavers for delays in supply. ये इनको सप्लाई है, अगर ये जो वीवर्स इनको लेट होता था, डिले होता था सप्लाई में, तो ये जो ये गोमस्थास थे, ये इन सिपाहीज और पियानस के साथ विलेजेस में जाते थे वीवर्स के, और वहाँ पे इनको पिनिश करते थे. इवन नॉट ओनली दे मार्चड, दे पिनिश्ड देम, दे समटाइम्स यूज्ड टू बीट, दे इवन वेंट ऑन टू बीटिंग एंड फ्लॉगिंग देम. ये इनको कभी कभार बीट भी करते थे, मारते भी थे और फ्लॉग भी करते थे. ये इनका जो है बहुत ज़्यादा ये बैड इफेक्ट और नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट निकला ऑन द लाइफ ऑफ इंडियन peasants. And another impact of this, or another effect of this, was that company now dictated the prices through the gomasthas. Through the gomasthas, company dictated the prices, and this which left weavers without bargaining power. These weavers, their earlier this bargaining power, they had earlier bargaining power, but once the company established its monopoly over the trade, this company through these gomastas dictated the prices, and it left the weavers without bargaining power. The bargaining power of the weavers was taken away. Now these weavers, they had not to sell their produce to different buyers, but they had to this sell their produce only to the company officials, only to the company these agents, that is gomastas, and the prices that company fixed were very low. कंपनी ने जो प्राइसेस फिक्स किए वो बहुत ज़्यादा लो था. एंड आल्सो लोन जो थे, लोन्स दैट द कंपनी है, also the loans, the conditions and terms in the loans were very dictated, and these terms and conditions they tied weavers टू द कंपनी. ये वीवर्स को कंपनी के साथ जो है बांध के रख देती थी, ये टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन. सो दिस वाज अबाउट द इम्पैक्ट effect of the changes that were witnessed in the Indian this sea trade on the lives of the Indian weavers and artisans. Even at some places, weavers, they deserted the villages. कुछ अहम places पे like Carnatic and Bengal. Carnatic and Bengal, these were two at these two places, some of the weavers, they deserted the villages. वो villages को छोड़, they left the villages, वो छोड़कर चले गए villages को, and they migrated, and after that they migrated to other villages. But all those they usually migrated to all those villages where they had their these relatives. जहाँ जहाँ इनके family relatives थे, family relations जहाँ जहाँ थी इनकी, या family relatives जो थे, वहाँ ही ये अक्सर उन्हीं villages में ये चले गए, and there they set up looms. वहाँ पे ही दूसरे विलेजेस में जहाँ पे इनकी फैमिली रिलेशंस थी, वहाँ पे ही इन्होंने अपने लूम सेटअप कर लिए. एंड at some places where the weavers remained, they even collaborated, or they even they combined in some villages. These weavers, they combined with village traders. इन्होंने विलेज ट्रेडर्स के साथ कंबाइन होके दे रिवोल्टेड, इन्होंने रिवोल्ट किया, बगावत शुरू की, एंड इवन दे अपोज्ड कंपनी एंड इट्स ऑफिशियल्स. कंपनी और इसके ऑफिशियल्स जो थे उनको भी अपोज कर दिया. एंड ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, इवन these weavers they refused taking loans. इन्होंने loans लेने से भी refuse कर दिया. Openly they refused, and they even closed down their workshops. इन्होंने अपने workshops को जो है बंद कर दिया, and they went to agriculture. और ये agricultural जो है लेबर परफॉर्म करने लगे. they started agriculture once again. they fell into agriculture once again, and this was the bad effect, the negative impact of the changes that were witnessed in 1750s after the company gained this monopoly, or after the company established its political power in India and eliminated all other companies. Thank you. So this was all about this topic. So I hope that you have understood it well. Thank you.